Hey everyone, today's video is going to be a Chatty Get Ready with me. I'm using all of my products from ZA. I have used some of these before, so I'm going to be giving you kind of like my second or third impression. For some of them I've been using them for a while, but I'm just going to be showing you guys all of the new products from ZA. That's the correct pronunciation, and I'm going to be using a couple from other brands, but mostly it's all going to be from ZA. To start off with, I'm going to use one of the products that isn't from ZA, and it's my primer. This is the Australis primer. I didn't think it had a name. The reason why I'm using this is because I don't actually have a primer by ZA, nor do I think they actually have a primer. Sorry, my neighbours have a truck in their driveway. But I'm feeling really good because today was my last day before my holidays, and I also have a bunch of time before I need to be anywhere. So I'm going to do a bunch of pre-filming for the next week or so. So if you see me looking similar, there you go. There's, you know, the down low. It's a little like sneaky secrets, I guess you could say. So to start off with, I'm going to be using my first, I think this was my first ZA item. This is the Skin Beauty Liquid Foundation. I'm so happy because I think mine, you can't see inside the bottle, but I think it's almost out. This is the Skin Beauty Liquid Foundation, if I didn't just say that. And it's in the colour 20, and it's a really nice foundation that I personally, I guess I could say I liken it to the MAC Face and Body. As you can see, it's really thin, and it's very similar in consistency and all that sort of thing. But as you guys can see, my overall skin texture is actually looking really good. I just have these blemishes down here and then my scarring, which is slowly going away, thankfully. But I'm just going to blend this in with a damp beauty blender, just because I would rather build the coverage up with concealer than have like a really intense, you know, layer of foundation. Just because lately I've actually been wearing no makeup on practicum other than, you know, a touch of mascara, just because the kids that I'm working with are between the ages of, you know, like 5 and 10, but my class is 6, and the teachers there, you know, maybe like 30% wear makeup, so I'm not really too bothered, and I'd rather have an extra sleep in so that I'm more awake for the day. But this foundation is really good. As I said, it's a lot like the MAC Face and Body in that it builds really well. It's very lightweight, and I do believe it's water based, so it's very thin. So I really like this foundation. I'm going to be using two different concealers today. This one is from Moisture Mist, and it's the Circle Lightener, so it's perfect for dark circles, and it's in 251 Pale. Then for my blemishes, I'm using the ZA Perfect Fit Concealer in 01, which is, I guess, I don't know if I got that on camera, but this just like shot out so much concealer, so I tried to scoop some back in because, as I was going to say, this is a very thick thick concealer. It's a lot like the Glamouflage by Hard Candy, and that this in that it is just really high pigmentation, so you don't need very much. This is probably going to be way too much, but I think I'll just use it to like sculpt out my brows and use as an eye primer, whereas the one from Moisture Mist is a really nice thin, kind of very blendable, what I guess I'd call a medium coverage. So for the under eye concealer, I'm just going to use this brush from XOBeauty. Any kind of, you know, synthetic brush will work. This one's good because it's kind of like a good shape for working with the under eyes, but I'm just going to pat and just slightly pull it out. I'm using a very light hand though, so I'm not pulling on my skin. And then just using that same brush, I'm going to pick up some of the concealer. Now that I've got it like all over my hand, it looks really orange, but it actually looks okay on my skin. Like you can see, it's pretty much a dead on match, but just going to use a nice fluffy brush like this one just to blend it out. And I seem to have gotten like a sunspot or a freckle. I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but it's like, hold on, maybe it isn't. It's raised, but it's like brown rather than like pink, red or purple like most blemish scars would be. It's really strange, and it's definitely not a mole. Or maybe it is a mole. You can just grow moles randomly, right? It's just really weird. Okay, so for brows, they have their brow liners, and I have a bunch of colours, which I don't even know what I'm going to do with because I only need one colour. But I'm using the colour Natural Brown, and if I could have this eyeliner in a slightly darker shade, this would probably be the most perfect brow product. When I swatch it, it's really weird. When I swatch it, it looks really cool tone. Like to me, in the swatch it looks really quite taupey, but then in my brows it comes across quite red. I love the consistency. This is a very, very hard pencil, not that much waxiness to it, and it's almost hard to apply, which I prefer rather than one where you just like kind of push it and it goes like flying because it's really creamy. And the spoolie on the end is really nice, so if you can find a colour matching this, I would definitely recommend this liner. And I'm going to put some of my Gimme Brow through over top just to make sure that it's looking on point, but I'm probably going to spend about 20 minutes doing my brows because I'm going out and Lord knows my brows need to be perfect when I go out of the house. Hopefully you can see that kind of comparison. I don't know how much you can see on camera, like the warmth of my brow, but it looks pretty damn warm in real life, which is really annoying because I think it might just be because my brow hairs are just so dark. Most pencils look warm against them even if they aren't that warm, because my brows are basically black. I'm going to go in with the Gimme Brow. Just going to apply this to the fronts of my brows, kind of focusing it, in the fronts of my brows. Then I'm just going to comb it through. So normally I would start with the front of my brow, but because I'm trying to put the pigment there, I'm going to start with the front and then blend it through. Just make sure that it's really like, I guess like even from start to like the rest. You want it to be like an even colour, which is hard when one is cooler than the other, but alas, as I've said many times in this video, I really love this pencil. I just don't like the colour, and out of all the colours that I was given, this was the most cool tone other than the grey, which obviously I'm not going to use the grey. So now I'm going to go ahead and use a product that I haven't actually tried yet, and it's their gel eyeliners, and they're stick form gel eyeliners, and I have two shades. I don't know how many shades they have, but I've got real black and deep brown, and because I'm kind of going to be doing like a brown eye look, I kind of know what I want to do because I've used one of their palettes before, but I'm going to go ahead and use this because I want to smudge it. So I think this will be good for smudging. It does say that it's smudge proof, but most products do say that, but they're smudge proof once they've set, but we shall see. Anyway, this is what this, oh, I like it. This, oh, their packaging is so sleek. I think they have changed it recently, but it's not just like a regular lid. It actually like clicks on and clicks off, and it's like a mechanical pencil, if you guys can see that. Oh my god, the creaminess on this. Are you for real? I don't know if you can like, I just broke it. So for my eyes I'm going to go eyeshadow, and then I'll apply the pencil, and then I'll blend it out with eyeshadow because I don't want to lose the intensity from the liner, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to be using this quad here. This is the Impact Full Eyes Groovy. They have like Groovy and then like another line. Each of the lines has 4 colours. So this is from the Groovy line, and the colour is GD241. I know it's kind of a strange name, but this is what it looks like. These colours are all shimmery, which I don't know, I find it really weird that when you swatch this colour, it swatches, like the colour goes dark, and it looks kind of like when, you know how sometimes with eyeshadows if you get them wet they'll go like kind of, you can't get the pigment off, but this is still fine and it swatches the same as the lighter shadow, but they're just a darker cast. It's really bizarre, but they're really nice creamy shadows. Not the most pigmented eyeshadows ever, but they do have a really nice texture and staying power. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that colour that I was just talking to you guys about. Make sure that you tap out the excess with these, because I do find that they aren't like necessarily really fallout prone, but I have experienced a little bit of fallout with this. I don't know if it was exactly this colour, but it was one of the colours from this quad. I'm just going to pop this all over my eyelid. As you can see though, these colours are really pretty. This one's kind of like a taupey grey brown. Really nice for like smoky eyes or anything like that. Taking my eyeshadow blender from XOBeauty with that same shade, and I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. And I'm not going to go super high, but I'm not going to go, I don't know, I don't want to keep it too low, but I don't want to take it too high. I did find with some of the colours in this quad it can be a little bit hard to blend, which is really strange. It actually was the darker shade, so I might just avoid using that one in the crease today. It just like blended out really weird. I don't know how to explain it. I've never really had an eyeshadow do that to me before. But it was really nicely pigmented. It just kind of blended out weird. I don't know, but this one is fine. So now I'm going to go in with that gel liner pencil, and I'm just going to blend this along my lash line. So what I did was I just blended it. I'll show you on this side, I guess. I just blended it along the lash line, which by the way, this blends like a freaking dream. It's just kind of like that. It's just like an off black colour. It's very dark. It's a very deep brown. And I'm just really messily blending that backwards and forwards, just trying to blur the line out. And I'm aiming to take up maybe like half of the lid space. So I'm just going into that same palette and I'm taking this colour down the bottom, like the shimmery sparkly brown shade, and I've just got 2 taps of that on my brush, and I'm just going to kind of blend that on top, just in efforts of deepening that even further, and also just gonna kind of try to blend it out a little bit more. And then, as I said, I'm just picking up a little bit of that lid shade and I'm just gonna pop that kind of over the join, I guess you could say, just trying to feather it out a little bit more. Kind of the effect that I'm getting with my eye shape is that, like, when I'm looking straight ahead and I'm resting, my entire lid is dark, and then my crease is kind of like a lighter shade. So all I've done is I just kind of pat the lid colour back over the liner again, and it just kind of helped to blend it a little bit more. And then I'm just going to take that same shade that we used on the lid with my smudger brush, and I'm just going to pop that underneath my lash line, quite messily, not trying to be super duper neat about it, just so that, you know, there's some balance with the top and the bottom. Just like a grungy smoky eye, and I really like this shadow. If it had it individually, I'd probably just buy this shadow. But the whole palette, I know it's really inexpensive and the highlight is really nice, and so is this shade, but these two, while really really pretty, are a little bit fallouty, just do keep that in mind. So now for my favourite product at the moment in like overall from ZA, the Perfect Action Mascara. This one is amazing. It's got a wand that's like skinny on the sides and then kind of like front on, it's like a big fat brush. I love this. I prefer it to my Benefit They're Real. I just think it's an amazing mascara for like everything you could possibly need. I'm just really enjoying it. It has fibres in it. I just feel like it gives me possibly some of the best looking lashes that I've ever had in my life. So I am really really liking it. So for blush, I'm going to be using this one here. This is the ZA Cheeks Groovy in Glowing Pink 01. This is amazing. I love this blush. I've been wearing it every day that I've worn makeup since I got this package. I cannot get enough of it. It's basically like a peachy pink with gold shimmer. Does this ring bells with anyone? Because I think this is kind of like a, not necessarily a dupe, but it's along the same lines as Orgasm by NARS. It's just got that peachy pink glow that I think would look good on so many different skin tones. Sorry about the lighting. The sun is going down and it's going in between clouds, but it's just a stunning peachy pink colour with the slightest shimmer. And then for highlighter, I'm going to be using the one that I was talking about in my vlog, and it is Cheeks Groovy in June Bride. It's like NARS Albatross in my opinion. I love this blush. Just kidding. Well, I guess it is a blush. According to them, it's one of their blush products, but it's a highlighter, and it's just amazing. Can you just see that shine? Like, it's just the most stunning highlighter I've used in a while. I think this might be replacing my Lightscapade, because this has got more of like a golden glow, whereas the Lightscapade is just like a white glow. It's not really any colour. This is like a golden kind of glow. It's beautiful. For lips, they sent me a bunch of different lipsticks, and I have tried their lipsticks before. I've tried their... let me grab one. This line here, I've tried their Pure Shine lipsticks, and I got 2 of these and then 2 of the Plumper Lips lipsticks, and this colour I don't think I've worn yet, and it's called Ruby Dazzle 01. Oh no, I must have tried it on. It's just like a kind of, not my type of colour, but I think this will look really nice with this sort of lip. I mean eye. It's really pretty. It's not really my normal kind of colour. This is a colour that I would normally give to my mum. It's just kind of like that pinky, purpley red, just like a mauvey red really, and it's not really my cup of tea, but I think it looks really pretty with this eye. It just sort of like, it's like my lips but better, but a little bit more, I don't know, demure I guess would be a good name for this. And this lipstick does feel a little bit gritty on the lips, and also a little bit, not burny, but a little bit tingly, bordering on irritating. It's not painful, but I don't know if tingly is the right word. It's a little bit more irritating, if that makes sense. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this Chatty Get Ready with me. I do apologise for any background noise that has occurred or is occurring. My neighbour is literally very slowly, like painfully slow. Like he'll stop for a couple minutes and he'll start again. It's not a constant noise. But he's unpacking a truck. But anyway, I'm very sorry, but this is the finished look. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing another kind of like one brand video, although this was like a chatty video. I just wanted to kind of give you first impressions and stuff like that because this brand is new to me, relatively new to me. I've used a couple products, but not that many. So if you have any other brands that you'd like to see one brand videos of, or if there's any other reviews that you would like to see on my channel, do let me know down below, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this eye look. I think it is really, really pretty. Perfect for like a night out, or like if you want to be all sultry and like seductive and stuff. It's really, really good for that. So thank you guys again, and I will see you all next time. Bye!